January 12, 1942. Leningrad, a city without light. The streets are white with death. A young woman sits at a table, her breath turning to frost. She holds a chipped bowl of watery porridge, her first food in 2 days. She takes a spoonful, closes her eyes, and whispers to no one, "I'm still alive." On the 8th of September, 1941, the German army completed the circle around Leningrad. 2.5 million people were trapped. No supplies, no escape. The plan was simple: starve the city to death. The first weeks felt almost survivable. People still believed food trucks would come, but the front line sealed. Winter approached, and hope began to die before the people did. By November, rations for those not working in factories fell to 125 grams of bread per day. But it wasn't bread anymore. It was flour mixed with sawdust, cellulose, and anything that made it heavier. People began cutting belts into soup, boiling leather shoes, scraping glue from wallpaper to stay alive. Every street had its sound: a body collapsing in the snow, a mother weeping in the stairwell, the silence after. An elderly man wakes before dawn. He's freezing. He stands, leans on the wall, and makes his way to the ration line. He gets his piece of bread, walks back home. Halfway up the stairs, he collapses. The bread falls from his hand into the snow. By evening, he's frozen stiff. His neighbor steps over him, not from cruelty, but because she doesn't have the strength to move him. By nightfall, 3 more in that building are dead. In January 1942 alone, up to 4,700 people died every single day. The city stopped counting. Death became background noise. Officially, the siege claimed over 1 million lives. Unofficially, even more. Each number hides a name. Each name, a life that once dreamed, loved, and starved. Tanya Savicheva, 11 years old. Her diary has only a few lines, a list of death. Zhenya died December 28th. Grandmother died January 25th. Leka died March 17th. Uncle Vasya died April 13th. Mama died May 13th. Only Tanya is left. Each line, a tombstone written by a child's hand. A record of a family erased by hunger. By February 1942, the city had become silent. There were no men left to collect the dead. Bodies lay under staircases, in courtyards, on sleds abandoned in the snow. The frost preserved them. They did not rot. Children walked past, pulling buckets of frozen water from canals, eyes hollow, faces gray. The city had turned into a grave that refused to close, and yet factories still worked. Starving hands forged shells for the front. Even in death, Leningrad fought. When food disappeared, morality began to fade with it. There were rumors, people vanishing, neighbors whispering about meat that didn't look like beef. Officially, cannibalism was denied. Unofficially, it became an unspoken truth. The NKVD created a special department, anti-cannibal squads. Some people ate bread mixed with sawdust. Others ate what was left of humanity. Hunger stripped away civilization layer by layer, until only instinct remained. But even in the darkest winter, there were fires that refused to die. Music still played in Leningrad. The Philharmonic, starving and pale, rehearsed in freezing halls. On August 9th, 1942, as German troops prepared to storm the city, Shostakovich's 7th Symphony was performed inside besieged Leningrad. Musicians fainted during rehearsals. Some were revived with spoonfuls of water and returned to their chairs. When the orchestra played, the whole city listened, over loudspeakers in the ruins. And the Germans heard it too. It was the sound of defiance. When all land routes were cut, there remained one fragile thread: the ice of Lake Ladoga. Trucks began crossing it, carrying flour, fuel, and hope. They called it the Road of Life. Drivers moved in silence, headlights off, listening for cracks in the ice beneath their wheels. Some never made it, swallowed by the black water below. But every ton of food meant another day for the city to breathe. By early 1943, after 872 days of siege, the Red Army broke through the German lines. For the first time, food flowed freely into the starving city. It was not the end, but it was the beginning of the end. Leningrad had survived the impossible. The city that refused to die had begun to live again.